This video is about finding the GCF using the ladder method. So we're going to work on GCF. Okay, I'm just going to dive right in and give you an example. If we're trying to find the GCF of 28 and 40, we begin by drawing an L. Then right here, we're going to find a prime factor that will divide both 28 and 40. So I'm going to start with a nice easy one, 2. And we know that 2 can divide 28 and 40 because they're both even. Now, 28 divided by 2 gives us 14, and 40 divided by 2 gives us 20. And I'm going to draw another L. Now I need to see if I have a number that will divide 14 and 20, and there is a prime factor. It's 2. So 14 divided by 2 gives us 7, and 20 divided by 2 gives us 10. Now, is there a factor, a prime factor, that can divide both 7 and 10? There is not, which means I'm done. So my GCF equals, let me box this, 2 times 2, which is, you guessed it, 4. So our GCF of 28 and 40 is 4. Let's look at another example. Let's do the GCF of 20, 35, and 70. Okay? So we're going to do GCF. Once again, we're going to draw our L, and we're going to figure out a number that can divide 20, 35, and 70, and we want it to be a prime factor. So I know that 5 can divide 20 because it ends in a 0, 5 can divide 35 because it ends in a 5, and 5 can divide 70 because it ends in a 0. So I am going to divide these by 5. 20 divided by 5 gives me 4, 35 divided by 5 gives me 7, and 70 divided by 5 gives me 14. Okay, now let's see if there's another number that can divide 4, 7, and 14. And there isn't. So my GCF here is 5. Okay, let's do one more example. So we'll do 16, 24, and 72. Okay, like we've done so far, we're going to draw our L, and I'm going to think of a prime factor that is a factor of 16, 24, and 72, and they're all even, so I'm going to start off nice and easy with a 2. So let's see, 16 divided by 2 gives me 8, 24 divided by 2 gives me 12, and 72 divided by 2 gives me 36. Okay, let's draw our L. These are all even numbers, so I can divide them again by the prime factor 2. 8 divided by 2 gives me 4. 12 divided by 2 gives me 6, and 36 divided by 2 gives me 18. Okay, let's look at these numbers. 4, 6, and 8, they're all even. I'm going to divide them by 2 again. 4 divided by 2 is 2, 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 18 divided by 2 is 9. I am now at a point where my numbers share no common factors anymore, so I'm done. So my GCF is going to be 2 times 2 times 2, which GCF equals 8.